Hello, and welcome to yet another Comics Should Smell not just normally good, but very good, because it is very cold out, and you need things to keep you very warm, and...
Yeah, it's like a hot cup of soup,
yes,
a
exactly.
hot cup of comics.
But for your brain, yes. We have many good things for you this week. Again, there are too many Marvel things for us to even begin to approach, so we're going to leave that to the professionals after this video. But we bring you... actually a Marvel book. I'll start and just, you know...
Yeah, go for it.
Because
it's obviously the most important
it's the most important
whole
one.
Week,
yep.
For reasons which we'll soon learn.
And we'll go ahead and take credit for this. The return of Catwolf.
Because we demanded it.
That's right. Who wanted it? Us. And the guy behind the camera, which you can't see. Nick Spencer and Daniel Lacuna continue the stories of the new Captain America. You might know him as the Falcon. But this is friggin' awesome. It's got Misty Knight in it. And, oh, it's just such a good, fun Catwolf adventure. And, oh, man, there's some rejects from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Like that, is that Gamera there?
That might be Gamera.
Almost.
Yeah, you know what? This is like the new Battle Beast comic here, right here. But yes, very excited. Daniel Lacuna is an amazing artist, and it's great to see not only Catwolf but Misty Knight in the same issue with a cover after Richard Corbin.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't go wrong with that.
No.
Right, and speaking of amazing artists here, we have the new Raphael Albuquerque book, which also happens to be the new Mark Millar title. This is Huck, about a kind, simple-minded farm boy who was found as a baby and exhibits interesting abilities in adulthood. No, this is not
like
Millar
Superman?
returning to Superman. No.
Like, wait, I'm confused.
It's just as fun and pretty much as lighthearted as his Superman Adventures was. However, this is the story of just a guy in not a costume. He doesn't, like, beat up terrorists or anything. He just kind of helps people out, you know, buys people lunch, like, covers shifts for people, just as long as they don't tell about his powers. That's it. I'll do nice things for you, just don't talk.
That sounds like reverse blackmail.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Mark Millar's reverse blackmail comic. Coming to a theater near you.
Right. It's probably already a movie, isn't it?
Well, there is the feel-good movie variant covers, so...
True. I mean, I haven't been on the internet in the last 4 frogs, so, you know, it might have happened by now. Anyway, I got a couple of frogs and some salamanders. Anyway, huge return to Batman for Jim Lee here. DC Comics, Batman Europa, written by the man who is going to be bringing you Dark Knight 3. That's right, not Frank Miller, no, Brian Azzarello, who is going to be writing that. But this had been announced a little while ago and was kind of late. But Giuseppe Communicoli came in and provided layouts for Jim Lee to come over and delineate. You know, it's got giant, big Batman fighting. It's Joker. I mean, the first page starts, you know, beat down, bloody Joker, like almost the end of... you know, some kind of big, massive conflict, and then, what's going to happen? Well, I don't know. We're going to have to find out. 4 issues. And I don't think Jim Lee's doing them all, though.
Although we are going to get some actual, like, Giuseppe Camuncoli pencils in there, which is always nice. He's a really good artist. Also doing Amazing Spider-Man right now. And actually, another DC book here that I've got for you. This is the second issue of a 12-issue miniseries, Titans Hunt. Although we used to call this Maxi series back in the day.
Yeah, right. What happened to that?
The new 52, man. That's it. You don't gotta explain anything. But this is Dan Abnett, half of the DNA team that made Guardians of the Galaxy great again, with Steven Segovia sort of filling in the blanks in the Titans' history in the new 52, because Titans' history was already complicated before they rebooted, and it got even more so after they did.
That's even possible.
Yeah.
Like, that took talent.
That is a feat. It really is.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Scott Lobdell. But anyways,
I picture him from the 90s in a magazine the other day. Oh my god, it was scary.
Yeah, hopefully a return to form for the Teen Titans. We can get some real solid, like, original Titans comics out of this.
I miss the Teen Titans.
Maybe.
I really do. And hopping completely out of the world of superheroes, bring you the immensely popular comic book adaptation of the immensely popular TV show, Rick and Morty, presented to you by the people that created Rick and Morty. Holy crap. With colors by Ryan Hill, who was the poor man that had to color all the things in the, Ulysses Frena's Judge Dredd thing.
It's rough.
It's rough, yeah. But this collects the first 5 issues of the sold-out Rick and Morty series. We cannot keep this stuff in at all. You're probably missing maybe 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever. $20. Get them while they last.
And I've got not 1 but 2 collections here, just because I like to one-up this guy. Starting out with Giant Days, Volume 1. This was the surprise hit comedy series from Boombox, the sort of, not so much all ages, but more like young adult line from Boom Studios. This is John Allison, I believe? Yeah, John Allison and Lissa Tremaine. Tremaine? No, the I is right there. That's Tremaine, I think, although it's probably Tremaine because I'm an idiot.
I butcher names. I'm not even gonna lie.
But this is really fun, like college coming of age stuff. It started as a 4-issue miniseries, but the reaction to it was just so positive. They were like, "We're giving you 12. Just do it."
Well, now
Just
it's
go and do it."
ongoing, apparently.
Oh, wow.
So,
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for them.
apparently very popular, and these issues are highly sold out as well.
Yeah, it's sort of a slightly more contained, like Lumberjanes vibe. Some more
Less
like,
outdoorsiness.
Yeah,
obviously.
less outdoorsiness. There's like the panels are more panel-y, you know. But the expressions are great. The comedy, like the timing, it's awesome.
$10.
And the characters are fun.
4 issues. Yeah.
And I've also got for you a big ol' hardcover
Yes.
of Walt Simonson's Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
Because how do you take, like, the greatest Thor writer-artist ever and just, like, let him amp up a bit? Just give him Thor again. But tell him to make him a zombie. Because I don't know why, actually. But it's awesome. It's everything that you would love about the original Thor run that he did, condensed into, like, 6 issues and with skulls everywhere.
It's very metal.
Very
We
metal.
We were talking about how amazing it is that Walt Simonson, after these so many years, can still put out amazing comic books. Truly amazing. And a bit more recent here, another highly popular book. This is the first collection of Joe Benitez's steampunk mistress, Lady Mechanika. Steampunk is obviously extremely popular, and there's been a lot of comics, but not one that's really captured it this well. Joe Benitez did a little bit of dabbling back in DC and Justice League like 4 or 5 years ago, maybe more. Then he was like, you know what, man, I can make a lot more money on my own. And he went over here and did this, and he's probably right. This collects the first, I think, the whole 6 issues that was in it. Yeah, including the prequel chapter, Demon of Satan's Alley, along with complete cover art gallery. $20. Yeah, you know, if you want like femme fatale, serious steampunk coolness, this is where you need to stop.
Yeah, just avoid Antarctic, go straight.
Yeah.
Just kidding, we love your Antarctic.
I like fur form.
And over from Valiant, actually, we've got a new debut here spinning out of Book of Death. This is the Eternal Warrior. Not just the Eternal Warrior, Wrath of the Eternal Warrior. Because, like, how do you make the Eternal Warrior cooler? Just make him angrier and more violent. And send him to hell.
That's
also.
right.
Because...
They worked in the 90s.
Yeah,
it's
well,
gonna work
it worked
again.
in the 90s, it worked when Jason Aaron did Wolverine.
Yeah, right?
Like, and it works here. It really does.
So is Wolverine back in hell again now that he's dead?
No, I don't know. Is he dead though, or is he just like kind of chilling out in that like
Has anybody
adamantium
moved
cocoon
him?
thing?
Is he just still there?
I don't know, man.
You can't move adamantium.
You think I read
like that.
Wolverines?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Will on that one.
Yeah. Anyways, creative team of Robert Venditti, who's been responsible for Green Lantern for the last couple years. Also Exo Manowar since that started back up. And drawn by Raoul Allen, who's done some awesome work all over Valiant doing covers, and then a couple issues of Bloodshot Reborn that were just fantastic.
A little bit of Ninjak was really good.
Yeah, it's cool to see him jumped onto an ongoing here for himself.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that book. The Eternal Warrior is just a cool kind of concept. In the first issue, there's like, in the first page, there's like infographic that kind of breaks everything down for you, which is cool. And I'm going to finish up where I started with another Marvel book. Secret Wars may not be finished, but we already have the unofficial sequel, prequel, zero cool thing, whatever. Anyway, Secret Wars 2 sees a whole lot of creators. We got everybody from Jonathan Hickman to Rob Guillory to Ramon Villalobos, Kate Leth, Ryan Brown, and even Eric Powell doing a couple of painted pages. But the crowning masterpiece of this story is perhaps the most moving and heartfelt story about D-Man ever in the history of D-Man. Who is D-Man, you ask? Again, Ask Professor Marvel. He'll give you a bit more detailed thing. But basically, he was the kind of guy who tried to kill Captain America one time. He was a little touched in the head. He drinks a little bit. He might wrestle sometimes. And he stinks a lot. But all that's past him now. So, yeah. Together, it was really cool. And yeah, the Rob Guillory story in here is a lot of fun. Lots of Galactus action.
You've also got Doom confronting Jonathan Hickman in the bathroom for being late on Secret Wars, which is what we all need at this point.
That's right. Yeah.
And speaking of things that we need, actually, from Image here, this is probably the biggest return of the year.
Finally.
Sorry, Jim Lee. This is the 6th issue of Pretty Deadly. From Kelly Sue DeConnick and Emma Rios. I don't need to say much more than that.
And Jordi Belair.
Oh, and Jordi Belair. Sorry, Jordi. Absolutely beautiful comics here. The first 5 issues were like this insane like folk tale of a comic that really like it was difficult to get into for the first couple of issues just because of how dense and beautiful and like just the way that it was written, like not really like any other comics.
Yeah.
But once like it was complete, the way it tied together, like it was great. Different than anything else on the racks. Like, all of the hype that Kelly Sue DeConnick gets, like, this really, really just stands up to it.
Yeah.
Completely.
It is gorgeous. And I think that's about it for us. Definitely check out, again, Will's video. I think we're in week 6 or 7 at this point.
I've lost count.
Man, it's the endurance test. I don't know how the professor keeps going, but, you know, comics keep coming out, and he's got to keep selling them, because we got to stay in business. But thank you guys, and we will see you all next week.